14 awesome tips for Fallout 4. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy. On this channel I am covering everything regarding open world RPGs such as Fallout 4. Feel free and welcome to the family. Yeah, I've been enjoying the game for the last couple of weeks right now, I would say, and I'm having the time of my life. So some awesome tips for you guys to have a better experience as well and say lol at those enemies. Tip number 1, your dog is no companion in the sense of this attribute. Alright, I'm talking of course about the Lone Wanderer. It is in the Charisma 3 at level 3, so you can get that perk and have some nice boost to your character, but still have the dog meat with you. Where do you find him? Of course, here at the Red Rocket truck stop. Tip number 2, MVP versus ghouls. What's that? Of course, the Molotov cocktail. It's insane. Simply use it against ghouls and you will have an easy time defeating those. I was having a very nice experience with that in like dense housing situations with all those ghouls crawling out of each and every corner, and simply throw those Molotovs in. Tip number 3, glue might be a problem for you, so simply go to a cooking station and go to utility and you can make the vegetable starch, which is basically glue. So remember to get corn, mute fruit, purified water and potatoes in your base, and everything and anything of that can be made by you. So no problem at all, and you can keep those glues coming in for your building or construction. Oh, and remember to subscribe. It says Abo, which is German for subscribe. It's not about abominations right here. Tip number 4, the local leader makes you a real good guy. Remember to level up your charisma until level 6 to get the local leader. You can construct workstations, workshops. You can make those trade shops, but you can as well make some trade routes, and you can simply assign persons to the trade routes via the building menu. And this is super nice because this will make possible to have all your materials in all your settlements available, and it makes everything so much easier. Tip number 5, back to the start, back to the roots. So let's quickly climb that hill where we first came out of the vault. Oh man, this has been an epic scene when the world was still green and now it's all dirty and dusty, and yeah. We're back at Vault 111 and you maybe forgot it, but here's a first aid kit with I think a stim pack and Redaway. And Redaway is in the wooden crate, I think, so make sure to loot that. It's quite worthy right at the start. And also there's a nice little trick for your next Fallout speedrun. Simply go down that hill to Sanctuary and you can craft and build right away once from the start. Mini tip number 6, like the doctor, is a thing to think about. The medic in intelligence level 2. It will make you healthier. It will make it possible for you to make more use out of Redaway. It's subjective in my opinion, so it's not a must-pick talent, alright? Tip number 7 regarding the power armor. I think it's overrated, kind of. So I would suggest you guys to not use it all the time or overuse it. But I would also recommend to leave it in the settlement, because if you get attacked, one of your settlers can use it and defend the city or the little town you created, or the simple mini base. So keep that in mind. It will be a nice protection against raiders to have that power armor ready for your settlers. Next up, if you have some items in your inventory, e.g. like a, I don't know, duct tape, you can make it into cloth and adhesive. If you kind of use those resources or need one of those resources used via the building menu, and you only use one of those, the other one will be automatically put back into the workshop or into your inventory of the settlement. So no worries about that. It will be split into those parts, and that's fully automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. Nice quality of life feature I didn't know about further. Next up, tip number 10, the little lamp you always have with you, and it's the Pip Boy that you can activate. It's like the Pip Boy button, but pressed for a long time, and as you can see I have white bright light with me. How does that work? Simply go to your settings, your display settings, scroll down and turn the Pip-Boy color all the way to the right on each and every fader. So RGB, all white, every color is in white. And now you have it. You have your white light with you all the time. It's quite bright and I think you can kind of see everything best with it. And the Pip-Boy is, yeah, shining bright, of course. Whoa, like an angel. Tip number 11 regarding the weapon mods. Always remember, if you craft a weapon mod for your guns, it will be in your inventory, like the last one or so. Let's craft that one. So remember to put those back into your workshop so it doesn't like clunk up your inventory. You have the space you need. If you put it back, remember to put all those mods back into the workshop, into your inventory of the settlement. Otherwise, you will be overwhelmed by each and every item in your inventory quite fast. And why is that open not shining red right now? Maybe it's a bug or is it a feature? Not sure about that. Tip number 12, and you might have seen it already, you can rename your weapons here at the workshop. And it's awesome because like my righteous authority is right now named rechtmäßige Herrschaft, which is German. So I can rename it like to minus authority. Yeah, like that. And the great thing about the minus is, in this case, that it will be like sorted in the correct order in your inventory. So minus is like always shotgun first in the inventory. It will be quite clean, easy to look at. And you will always see like, yeah, I am wearing this rifle right now or I want to keep it. And you don't have to favorite those items and have like everything at first sight. I think it's quite handy to see what you're actually using without having to check the heart behind it, but see it in front of the name. I think that's quite easy. Tip number 13, in my opinion, a lot of newcomers don't really know about the VATS system, and on PC it's like holding Q. Simply go into your settings and controls and check it. If it's Q and it's like the VATS mode where you can simply crit those enemies. And one thing you might take out of this is that you can actually use the VATS mode against enemies in power armor, because you can of course use it to aim at the fusion core, but you have to be behind those enemies. And yeah, we just saw in the Amazon series that aiming at the fusion core in a power armor, that can be pretty deadly, and I would recommend you guys to use it. I can't suggest show it right now, but yeah, I think it's awesome to make use out of that. Oh, sorry. Ah, mate, don't kill me. I am your creator. Yeah, I mean, I was mean. Gotta admit that. And let me repair it. Bup, sorry. All right, quick tip. Quick save, of course, F5 on PC, always quick save, like make it a routine if you head somewhere you've never been to, or if you're in a ground which you don't know, always use the quick save to have a possibility of returning and not having to play 20 minutes of your gameplay again, which is just walking, and it sometimes happens that you simply fall down and die, and yeah, that's normal, I think, in Fallout 4, especially if you're new to the game, and make use of that, simply quick save and then go over caltrops. So yeah, might be a better plan. Last but not least, we have a pretty nice talent which you might pick up, which is the Scrounger. It's in luck 2, and it is possible for you to find fusion cores for the power armor in any chest in the world. So that has been recommended to me by the community. Thank you so much for recommending the talent for beginners, and it might be a nice thing for you to get this additional ammunition and of course fusion cores all the time and make use out of that and keep your armor at always the best condition with the fusion cores. Oh, and there's, by the way, a nice bonus tip for the fusion cores in the power armor. Simply transfer it out when it's almost empty, because a charge of 1, yeah, you can sell it for almost the full amount of money, which is awesome. Like the full amount of bottle caps totally makes sense to make use out of that. Yeah, just yet another quick tip for you guys. If you want to get more people to your city, simply you need to build a recruitment radio beacon, which is this structure right here. And once it's activated, it will flood people into your settlement based on like everything that you provide, but also based on your charisma. Your charisma, enhance it by maybe 10 if you have 10 charisma. So remember to build that beacon. And there's a little tip, because the material you need might be quite rare for you, especially the crystal, and you can get it in lenses from cameras or in microscopes. And there's one thing to find here at the custom destination I just marked. It's western from 10 Pines Bluff and eastern from the Thicket Excavation. Simply check it out. Here's like a truck with some dogs, and you will find that there maybe, and can make use out of the beacon quite soon to get more guys into your settlement. I'm enjoying the time right here, really enjoying the neon, lol, etc. I think you can make nice decorations with that if you simply just use O's or so. You can like decorate a whole house with it. And yeah, I think the settling or the home building system in Fallout 4 is one of my favorites. Bethesda always does that in a nice way, I think, and I'm super excited about Fallout 5 and of course the Elder Scrolls 6, which I'm the most hyped. I'm typically more hyped about dragons and monsters and blades, and that's why I based this channel on The Witcher 3, of course, and I will keep you guys up to date on Witcher and Fallout and maybe the Elder Scrolls games. Assassin's Creed is one of my favorites as well, so maybe I will speak to you in the next videos. Feel free to check out this one or that one. That would be super awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have the best day of your life in Fallout 4. And don't get nuked, of course. Don't do that.